Chelsea Face Reads. I hope that you're having a wonderful day today. I'm excited because today's video is going to be my May wrap-up reading log, everything that I read this month. So let's just get into it. So the first thing I read in May is a manga that I've had on my shelf for quite a while now, and that is My Girlfriend's Child by Mamoru Aoi. I absolutely love this, you guys. I didn't really know when I would be in the mood to read this novel. Didn't know when I'd be in the mood to read this manga, but I finally was this month and I'm absolutely obsessed. I want to continue the series for sure. This was a signed edition that I won in a giveaway from 7Seas, so it's really exciting that I actually did love it because I was really scared to actually give it a try, and I think that made me hesitate to pick it up eventually. But I did really enjoy it. I think the art style is wonderful. It's beautiful, very delicate, I think, and shows a lot of emotion from the characters that we're following. We're following a young couple who are, I think, like 15 years old-ish, and they have a scare that the girl is pregnant, and she is pregnant. And it involves the family dramas that come with that and the difficult decisions that come with being a teen parent. I can't wait to see how this young couple moves on. I do wish the best for them. I have no idea if this is going to be a sad story, a happy story, or if it's just going to be like a POV thing from this couple. So we will see, but I am very hopeful with the series and I am excited to continue it eventually. The second manga that I read this month is X-Gender. This is by Asuka Miyazaki. I did not like this one. My husband picked this one up for me in that video where he chose some random volume 1s for me, and this is a one-shot. Or no, it's not actually. There's a 1 on the side. Holy moly, I thought this was a one-shot. Wow, okay, well I will be unhauling this. It's not gonna stay in my collection. It has such polarizing reviews online for this, and I didn't even know that when I picked it up. I was turned off from it because it's an autobiography, first of all, ish, I think. The person who is writing about themselves, I don't think that they are okay, and it's not because they're ex-gendered. I think that that could be a really interesting book to read, person who is ex-gendered's experience being ex-gendered and possibly being gay, etc., etc. But I don't know if I like how this was written. There's a lot of fetishy stuff that it kind of gave me the oog. There's a lot of really controversial opinions in this about people who are ex-gendered and about gay people and about lesbians, and it makes a lot of generalizations, but I do think there are some valuable things in this. I'm just not the person to recommend that to you because I am not ex-gendered. I don't think this is going to be for everyone, but if you're curious, you can certainly check it out and see for yourself and see if maybe you identify with this or maybe you enjoy it more than I did, because I'm not going to continue it personally because I didn't think that it's something that just truly grabbed me. Not because this person is ex-gendered. I think that that could be a really interesting autobiography to read, but I don't think that I enjoyed the way that this one was told personally. So I'm gonna unhaul this one, but it was good to read it. I think it's really interesting to read things from perspectives of people that I don't necessarily identify with, so that's pretty cool. The next manga I read is volume 5 of My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999 by Mashiro. As you guys know, if you've been following me for any amount of time since I started this series, I'm obsessed. It's so cute. I loved the anime when I watched it, and we're catching up with the anime if we've not passed it already. Maybe we did at the end of this. I can't quite remember. Both are great. I recommend anime and manga on this one, particularly. We're following Akane, and she ends up falling in love with this guy, and they break up, and it's not very good. She's really heartbroken, and so she gets into a video game because he got her into it, and then he breaks up with her, of course. And so she still likes this game, but she's also heartbroken when she plays it because, you know, he's the one that got her started on it. And she's not great at it, but she goes to this event to get some free merch and, more importantly, to try to make him jealous or whatever she has in mind. I'm not sure what her plan was. But she runs into this guy named Yamada, who's the guy on the cover here. He is a programmer, he streams, he makes money doing that, and he's a college student. So, or is he a high school student? I think he's a senior in high school and she is in college. So they're not very different in age, but He is younger than her. They end up hitting it off, and it's really, really good. There's a lot of tension in here, but like good tension, like smexy tension. So it's so good, and I know that the next volume is going to have some good stuff in it. I know the next volume is probably going to have even better stuff in it if I've read correctly on the internet. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Please read this series. It's phenomenal. Next up, I read Kaiju number 8. This is volume 9 by Naoya Matsumoto, and as per usual, the series is great. I think I enjoyed this one a lot more than other volumes because there's a scene in it and I just flipped to it. Oh my gosh, y'all, like I literally gasped when I saw this panel in the church. If you know, you know, but oh my gosh, like what? That would be the worst day of my life, like ever. It's just so good, y'all. Like it's getting better, I think, as it goes, and I cannot recommend it enough. Please check this out if you're interested in shonen series, if you like complex characters who are putting themselves on the line to save the people around them, because it is like a military-esque story. But I do like this more than something like Attack on Titan. So I like this a lot, and I will continue to read it. So highly recommend it. The next manga that I read is volume 2 of Glasses with a Chance of Delinquent. Y'all, I told you last time I read the first volume that I had immediately pre-ordered the second one, and I did, and it was exciting when it came in. I wasn't paying attention to my bank account that day, and luckily it just surprised me one day. It just showed up in the mail, and I was so excited to read it, y'all. It's so good. It's so cute. I love these characters, and I am immediately obsessed with this. It's just about this guy who used to be a delinquent. He still kind of has that bad boy smirk to him and a little bit of attitude, and he tries really hard not to beat people up. And this girl who's like becomes his friend, and then maybe more. So I recommend this one. It's really cute. I love it a lot. Next up, I tried a new series because I had heard the Omnibus Collector mention this one in his manga releases for 1 month. I can't remember when this came out. Maybe it was this month, maybe it was last month. But I picked this one up because it sounded really good, and it's Gene Bride. This is by Hitomi Takano, and it is a weird little manga. It is a bigger print, not little technically, but it's by 7 Seas, and the art style is very josei. I believe this is a josei, if I remember correctly. I'll be sure to put that on the screen if it's not. But this follows a girl who, she obviously has some type of amnesia. It's giving Kowloon generic romance vibes, in my opinion, and I have only read 2 volumes of that series too, so please don't spoil that for me. But it's giving that, and she is not lucky with men at all, and so she's just single, and this guy from her childhood shows up, and apparently they in like grade school were destined to be together or something. I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on, but she doesn't remember that. He remembers stuff. He's really weird. Like he's, I would say, OCD about certain things, and I just really find them a very interesting pair to follow. So it seems like it's gonna have a lot of sci-fi elements to it, but like in a dystopian weird way, like kind of setting. I think this is probably gonna get a little dark, but I'm here for it. I liked it a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, parts of this are starting to blur for me mentally, so I might have to reread this one. I might wait for more volumes to come out before I do continue it, because it's got a lot going on and I don't want to forget it before I pick up the next volume, and I do not know when the next one's coming out. So I liked it a lot, enough to continue, but it is fading in my mind, so just keep that in mind before you pick it up. The next manga I read is Let's Do It Already volume 4. This is by Aki Kusaka, and I still like this. It's just not giving me the same thing that the first volume did. I think that the main girl is kind of slowly but surely starting to get on my nerves a little bit, and not because she's the problem. Like obviously there's a problem with the whole making her do everything to his whim based off of his family's traditions, and I understand that's the whole point of this, is that they've got to hold back till he turns 18. It's a lot of tension. It's really cute at certain points, but also I'm getting really annoyed because it's not just that she is dealing with these ridiculous rules and having to hold back and being herself and being in love with who she's in love with, and that's frustrating. It's more so the fact that she is taking all of the blame for everything personally. Like she is the issue, not these rules. And while I understand you can still respect rules without liking them, it seems like she's taking them very personally, and it's like, no, I should be better, and da 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 da. And it's like, no, you're totally fine. You're a teenage girl and you're in love with this guy and y'all want to kiss and hug and do things together, and you're not allowed to. So you're having a completely normal reaction and reasonable reaction. So I don't like that part of it. I don't like how even her self-doubt is being backed up and proven to be necessary for some reason. Instead, I wish it was like, no, we're gonna overcome this, and that was like the big thing, instead of I am heavily flawed and he's perfect, because that kind of seems what it feels like. So we'll see. I'm gonna continue it because I do have hopes for this series, and also I want the payoff at the end. I'm dying to see that payoff, whatever it might be. I hope it's good and worth it, but I do like it, and I think if you can handle what I was talking about, then you might also enjoy this series. The next manga I read is volume 2 of Pink Habanero. This is by Mika Satanaka, and I was afraid that I wouldn't remember what happened in the first volume when I picked this one up. I kind of just decided to try it anyway and see if I could remember, and yeah, I really fell right back into it. It's a very simple story about this girl and this guy who, they obviously like each other. There's just some tension between the two of them. He's getting a lot more protective of her and she's kind of clueless. It's giving like not as good, but it's giving Kyo and Toru vibes when he was slightly bullying her and she was kind of dumb about it. So I think that's why I like it, because it feels similar to that at the very beginning of their friendship / relationship when it was rocky. So I like this. I recommend it. I don't know how long it is or how it's gonna go, but I do enjoy a sweet little shoujo romance every now and then, or all the time actually. The next thing that I read this month is volume 2 of the collector's edition of Pet Shop of Horrors by Matsuri Akino. I love this so much. I got this when we were on our vacation. I don't know if I've posted that video. Probably not. I probably haven't posted that yet, but we went on a anniversary trip, a 10-year wedding anniversary trip. We haven't gone on one since we've been married, so it was a long awaited trip and it was really fun. But we did go book shopping because of course we did. I had to, of course. And we picked up some things, and this is one of the things I picked up. So I read it immediately. So good, y'all. I think I even like this one more than the first volume. I'm obsessed with the way that this is being told. I'm obsessed with how I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy yet. I just really love how macabre it is, and how one minute I think I know exactly what's happening, and the next minute I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, what? I don't know what I'm reading, but I'm obsessed with it, you guys. This is so good, and I cannot wait to pick up the next volume. It's blowing my mind, and the art style is stunning, of course. You know, it's getting better as it goes. I think the first volume had some wonky images, especially of our main character here, Count D, but I love this. It's just so good. I do recommend it if you can afford to get these copies, and if not, pick it up used, because holy moly, this is good. I also read another volume 1 of a series, and I'm going to be doing a first impressions of it very soon, so I don't want to spoil too much about it here, but I read Boys Over Flowers, and this was a manga recommendation from someone, and I'm doing a completely separate video for recommendations. So if you've got manga recommendations for me that you want me to try volume 1s, please be sure to leave that in the comments of any of my videos, and I will try to include that in that video if possible. Just depends on if I can get my hands on a copy or if I feel like reading digital, because you know I just don't love that option. But this is one of the ones I tried, and I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but I did like it, but I also didn't like it. I think it was one of those series where I can see how polarizing it is. Very interesting things going on in here. It is from like 2003, so there's definitely some outdated things that I think could be retranslated better. Overall, I did like it more than I didn't like it. So I can't say I recommend it, but it was something. I also read one book this month, so I wanted to briefly mention that at the end of this video. I usually do the books at the end, so if you were only here for the manga, thanks so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content from me. Also, I like to take manga and book recommendations and video recommendations. If there's something that you think I could make, or that I have made things similar to in the past, or you're just curious about my life and book relating things, feel free to leave those in the comments. I like to see what you guys come up with, and sometimes I get some really cool ideas for videos there. But I read Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. This is by Eric LaRocca. I gave this 4 stars. I hate that I did not pick up a physical copy of this when it was in the original novella copy. Here's the cover. I like it a lot more than the one that I did read that I borrowed from the library, although I'm very proud that I got to borrow that from the library because I wanted to just try this, and I liked it a lot. It was so, like, I'm being very surprised by my reading lately. I think that I am assuming a lot about these books based off of what people on BookTube have told me, but they're being vague enough to where it's like working out so well, because I'll pick up this book based off of what they're telling me, even though it's pretty vague, and then it's not at all what I expect it to be. So I've created this idea for what this book is going to be in my mind, and then it's totally different, but so much better in the actual book. I do recommend this book. It's a very short novella, so I'm not going to spoil too much for you. There's a lot of trigger warnings in it. If you're very sensitive to trigger warnings, please look them up. I don't want to give them here because I think they are spoilers. And some people will argue that trigger warnings are not spoilers, but I would disagree fully with that. I think that they absolutely are spoilers sometimes. But it's a story about a woman who is falling on hard times, and she is gay, and she lists an apple peeler on like a group forum for sale, and it strikes up a conversation with another woman, and things go from there, and it gets crazy, y'all. It gets insane. It's gory, it's gross, it's interesting. I love this. And I know it's very polarizing because I looked at the reviews after I reviewed it. I tend to wait till after I review things to look at other people's reviews because I don't want to be swayed, because I have done that before and it sucks. But overall, it's very polarizing. I think most people either love it or hate it. There weren't a lot of like 3 stars on this. I gave it 4 because overall I think I had a really positive vibe when I read this. It was so weird, gross, creepy. I liked the final ending part, even though it was very open-ended. A lot of people don't like open-ended stories. I thought it was very well done, and it insinuated what had happened. So I do recommend it if you like gross, weird novellas, which I absolutely do. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you have enjoyed your reads in the month of May. I certainly did. I read a lot of really good manga and really good book this month. So I'm excited to see what I read in June. June is Pride Month, so happy Pride Month, you guys. I hope you are excited for all the cool stuff you can buy from like local fairs. Be sure to actually purchase from your local Pride folks instead of like these corporations who pretend that they like Pride until it comes to, you know, paying off politicians and everything, and then they change their mind all of a sudden. So just make good financial decisions when you're buying Pride merch, of course. I love you, and I hope that you're being who you want to be and are safe and happy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.